Peace and bliss. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. My name is Tanya, and in today's video, it is all about sowing seeds. As you saw in the previous clip, I moistened our seed starting mix with some water, and that's a priority. Anytime you're sowing seeds, you have to pre-moisten your soil, because once your seed comes in contact with the damp soil, which will come in contact with the water, it would loosen the outer shell of the seed for it to begin to germinate. So I just want to bring you all along. Today we're starting tomato seeds and our pepper seeds. We're actually 6 weeks out from our last frost date. I generally undertake this process 8 weeks prior to our last frost date, but I've been kind of busy as of late, so I'm 2 weeks behind. So I'm gonna get our seeds started. I've already started my brassicas. Some I've direct sown. In upcoming videos, I'll show you how that looks out in the garden. So today it's all about tomatoes and peppers. Oh, and I have herb seeds to start as well. I don't think I'll be bringing you along with that process. It's pretty self-explanatory. You need seed starting mix, dampen your seed starting mix, create a hole, plant your seed, cover it up, saturate it with water, put it on a heating mat with grow lights, and wait for the seeds to germinate. It's that simple, guys. So I will bring you along indoors and show you how my setup looks inside, but I'm not gonna keep you all. You don't have to hang around for this boring little process, but you get the point. So you want to make sure your soil can clump, almost like the texture of a brownie batter, if you will, brownie dough. You don't want it to be overly saturated. We're not going for mud pies here, but you want it to have a nice clumpy consistency where the soil holds together. So we're almost done. I'll bring you back when I'm ready to sow the seeds, and we'll go from there. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots, guys. We had to come inside because the wind picked up, and it's just too cold out there to try and continue that process. So just want to bring you all in and share with you all before I show you me planting our seeds, to show you all what we're growing this year. We grew this last year, which is a fatale pepper, which is really good. It's one of the hottest peppers that's, where did I get these from? Seed Savers and Exchange Offers. It's really good. It's from Central Africa. My husband is from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and this is a main staple in a lot of their cuisines, and we absolutely love it. And this year we're going to try the Mortgage Lifter tomato. Looking forward to that one, which can grow as big as 2 pounds. And then we're also growing this year, new to the garden, is the Whitmore. It's a heirloom. Okay, it's considered one of the best tasting tomatoes on the market. It has a lot of complexity and flavor. And we grew this last year. By far, this is one of my favorite cherry tomatoes. It's the black cherry. They're so succulent and sweet. I eat these like candy. Absolutely love them. Also new to the garden this year is the sugar cherry tomato. Looking forward to that. We love all things cherry tomatoes. And our usual jalapeno peppers. Looking forward to doing a lot of canning this year. Heard a lot about cowboy candy, so I can't wait to can some of that up and see how that tastes. Also a favorite to the garden is banana peppers. We're going to grow several containers of banana peppers. I can just eat those along with a salad. I put it on our pizza. They're absolutely delicious. And one of my favorites from last year in the pepper family was the Ajvarski. Great for stuffing. Looking forward to roasting some Ajvarski peppers this season. And Roma, it's an oldie but goodie. Okay, gonna do a lot of making some tomato paste and things of that nature. And also new to the garden is the Black Seaman, okay, which is a medium-sized brownish pink tomato. and I'm looking forward to trying that one this year. So this is what we're growing in our garden this year. And without further remarks, let's get started in sowing our seeds. As you saw in the previous clip, I pre-moistened our seed starting mix. You don't need to use compost, guys. A simple seed starting mix will do. And this seed starting mix comprised of peat moss. I believe it has cocoa coir in it. And what's the other one? Vermiculite in it, which is great for retaining moisture in your soil. The cocoa coir is going to do phenomenal for the draining, and the peat moss helps with the nutritional balance in it all. So that's all that you need, but you just want to make sure that your soil is really nice and dampened before you sow your seeds, because what you want your seeds to come in contact with the pre-moistened soil. Once it comes in contact with the water, because you're going to saturate your soil once you're done, so it can loosen up the seeds so it can begin to germinate. And I'm also going to show you all my setup that I have set up in our living room that consists of placing our seed starting trays on top of a heat mat. You definitely need to have a heat mat because it helps with the germination. What you want to create, guys, is a warm environment that's high in moisture that will allow your seeds to begin to germinate so they can sprout. And then I have some grow lights above it, so I'll show you that once we get to it. Okay, so let's get started. Our seeds, and what I generally do, guys, you can insert your finger here or you can use a pencil, and I just make a slight indentation in the soil like so. Okay, you always want to look at the depth, how deep. You don't want to go too deep, but you don't want to go too shallow either. For these, you want to sow your seeds 1 inch deep. Okay, so I'm just going to sow a couple. Oops, I'm going to sow a couple of these in here. Just put like 2, and as they start to grow, I can thin them out and just cover it up and keep moving. And you want to insert, where's my sticker? What is this, the mortgage lifter? I think this is the mortgage lifter. And just put those in, and we go off to the next one. Have our Roma tomatoes. So I hope you all are starting to sow your seeds. You should be aware by now what's your last frost date in your area and start to plan according. I have already started direct sowed some seeds out in our main garden, and I will bring you all along so you can see. What did I sow? So the Roma, so you all can see what we have out there. But I'm not going to keep you. You can kind of get the point. I will bring you back once I am ready to water in the seeds and show you what I use for that and what that process looks like. So, but it's very easy to do. Doesn't take long. Quick and easy. And you're done. So, see you in the next video. And I'm going to show you how I water in my seeds and show you my setup. Okay? See you in shortly. Okay, everybody, welcome back. I am ready to water in our seeds, and I'm going to use this little water dispenser here. It has taken the homesteading gardening world by storm this year, and it is so convenient. You fill it with water, you give it a couple of pumps, press, and it disperses the right amount of water, and you just water in your seeds. You want to give it a good saturation in your soil, to moisten your soil, to soak in your seeds. You don't want to drown your seeds. You don't want to overwater. You just want to get it nice and damp so the soil can come in contact with the seeds to loosen that outer shell so you can begin germination. And we're ready to start one. I absolutely love this little thing. I had it out in the garden the other day. Instead of using my water hose, I just used this. And this is the perfect waterer for sowing your seeds. Okay? And later on, I'm going to water from the bottom. That way you're not disturbing the soil on the top. And you just water from the bottom, which is supposed to be more effective in doing so. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Laying some water in. Squirt there. And for most of these seeds, we should see germination in 7 to 10 days or sooner for some of them. Okay, and that's it, guys. This is how you sow your seeds. For a more detailed look on how I start my seeds, I will link a video that I did last year in the note cards, and you can go back and take a look at that. But it's not rocket science, guys. It's really fun and easy. And that's how you sow your seeds. Okay, stay tuned. In the next clip, I'm going to show you my setup inside. Okay, welcome back. So we're indoors, and this is my setup. As you can see, I have a greenhouse, the greenhouse that many of you may have saw on my balcony. I brought that indoors with, and it's a 4-tier shelving system, and all 4 of the shelves will be complete, filled with seed starting trays. As you can see, I've already started a lot of my brassicas, and it sits on a heating mat. You can see up underneath here, it sits on a heating mat with grow lights with the dome. And what I did, I just affixed a white piece of what do you call it, printing paper, and I put some masking tape over it, and I just labeled them like so. So that way you don't have the sticks, because you want your dome to be flat on top of your tray. And these are the tomatoes and peppers that we just completed. I'm going to remove the sticks and do the same that I did with my brassicas. And that's simple, guys. That's it. Just that simple. And you don't have to have anything like what I have. You know, you need is a warm, dark place. I highly recommend that you have the heating mats, because they're very instrumental in helping with the germination process, and grow lights. So that's my setup this year, guys. I decided to bring my greenhouse indoors opposed to use my sofa bar and set them on that. So that's it. So I'm going to head outside, and I need to make up a label for my tomatoes and peppers, and I'll cover it with the dome. And I have my herb trays to sow, and I just have extras that I'm going to put down at the bottom. So this shelf will be in high production mode within the next couple of weeks until it's time for me to plant them out in the garden. As for my brassicas, I will take those out next month, probably around the 18th of April, because these are frost hardy. Your brassicas are frost hardy, so they can tolerate frost. So I don't have to worry about, you know, losing any of those. So I'll sow those next month, but I will not bring out my warm crops until probably, it'll probably be mid-May, maybe towards the latter part of May. I learned a tough lesson last year when our frost lingered a lot longer than we anticipated. And I prematurely, it was my fault, prematurely sowed my seeds outdoors, and I lost a lot of my tomato and pepper plants. And those that I didn't lose, I believe I stumped the growth on some of those. So I'm going to be wise this year, which is one of the reasons why I'm using larger pots in case they have to be indoors a little longer than any of us anticipate, because the way things are going in the world, and the weather included, we just don't know. And I'd rather have more growing space than less. So I don't have to do any more up potting, but I will have to do some thinning, obviously, because I sowed several seeds in these pots. So, but yeah, so that's what my little system indoors is looking like. And that's it. Just that simple. So until we meet again, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. If you find any value in our content here, please share it with family and friends. And until we meet again, see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Okay, so happy gardening and see you in the next video. Peace and bliss.